What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and check it out. Funko Pop Television, Silicon Valley. We have Richard, Erlich, Dinesh, Guilfoyle, and Jared, aka OJ, aka Really Donald. So, this is awesome. I can't believe. Well, I mean, I guess I can. I can't believe that we actually have Silicon Valley Pops. They do make them for pretty much everything these days, but Silicon Valley is easily my favorite non comic book fantasy show out there. It's basically the only normal show that I watch. I mean, when you think about, all the Marvel and DC stuff that's out there and Game of Thrones, I really only watch that, and then there's Silicon Valley. And I actually saw TJ Miller live in New Haven, Connecticut last year. And actually, Tomas Middleditch started getting in those Verizon commercials, and he tweeted something during the Oscars, and he said something like, basically insinuated that he's at the Oscars because his commercial is playing. And I said, well, if that's the case, I guess you're at my house too. And I tweeted him a picture of this pop right here. If I'm not lazy, I might have actually added the tweet to the video. So let's just get right to it, man. Here is Richard Hendricks. He is the CEO of Pied Piper, which is the fictional startup app that they feature in the show. Basically, it's a show about Silicon Valley in California, Palo Alto, California, essentially. And, how, here we go, there he is. And basically how ridiculous the area can be. They're a startup company trying to get funding to make an app, and it's just the ups and downs of it. He is wearing a Pied Piper shirt, and I don't think I can actually get very close to it, but it does legitimately say Pied Piper. So there is that. Richard, again, is played by Tomas Middleditch, who is a very avid gamer, and I have never caught one of his Twitch streams, but my buddy Madman says he does all the time, and he says he's hilarious during his live streams. So these guys are gamers too. That's what I love about the show as well. Like, there's so many scenes where you can see them in the background playing like Halo or Battlefield. They're playing actual video games. So this is Erlich Bachman, aka TJ Miller, and Erlich in his Aviato t-shirts. And it looks like he's wearing Crocs or sandals. Erlich is awesome. I mean, TJ Miller is hilarious. Like I said, myself, my girlfriend, my buddy Madman, and my buddy Yid Vicious, we drove down to New Haven, Connecticut to see him live with his wife, opening basically, and they're great. We saw the Christmas movie that he was in with Jennifer Aniston, and I'm a huge TJ Miller fan. He was in Transformers and he died. There's also the Yogi Bear or something like that. Here is Dinesh Chugtai. They never really say his last name. He is played by Kumail Nanjiani, and you may have seen him in the Jet commercials when the website jet.com launched. It's such a great commercial. I think he's really funny. I'm sad I actually unfollowed him on Twitter during the election because it's not that I don't agree with him, but like, he can be a tough follow, but I still love him, and he's hilarious, and I want to see him live. I love going to comedy shows. I really want to see him live, but he's been around. I feel like I always miss him when he's around. I've actually like sporadically looked to see where he's playing, and he's never playing anywhere near me. So hopefully he's back in New England soon. I'm actually probably going to look up tour dates right after this, but I don't blame him for feeling the way he does politically. Like, that's all fine. And as I've stated numerous times, I didn't vote for Trump or Hillary. So it's not really that I disagree with his politics. It's just, I don't know. Like, I follow most people for the entertainment aspect, and I was a little overwhelmed. So I had to maybe I'll go back to him at some point. But so many people retweet him, his political stuff, that I really don't know if it's totally worth it. But anyway, that's my unintentional rant because it's somebody that I really do enjoy, and I've actually watched some of his specials. Like there was some roundtable kind of thing that he did. I think it was in Montreal, and that's on YouTube, where there's a bunch of other comedians there. And I don't remember everybody that was with them, but I've watched that a bunch of times. I actually like to watch a lot of their stand-up comedy. Like when I'm trying to fall asleep, I'll throw it on YouTube, and it'll just go like on an endless loop of like Silicon Valley stuff. Like he's been on like Conan O'Brien, whatever. Anyway, like I'm focusing on Dinesh because I feel like guilty for unfollowing him on Twitter. Let's actually talk about this guy right here, Bertram Gilfoyle, aka Just Guilfoyle. He is played by Martin Starr, who a lot of people know from Freaks and Geeks, which is kind of crazy. He is like the sarcastic / sardonic member of the team. I didn't really do that for everybody else, but I don't know. He has longer hair, so I guess that's why I did it. He's hilarious. I can't really pick a favorite out of these five. They all have their quirks and funny aspects to them that make them so unique. But I feel like Guilfoyle is my spirit animal because he deadpans everything, and he's hilarious. He's such a great, like they're all great characters. They really are. The last one is Jared, who's actually named Donald, played by Zach Wood. Is really Donald Dunn and not Jared Dunn. Put him over here since he's at the end. And he's wearing his Pied Piper jacket, and I'm very intrigued to see if it has all the writing on the back. You might actually know Zach Wood because he was in The Office. Oh my gosh, it does say it right there on the back. That's epic. Pied Piper, because awesome world-changing compression company would take up too much space. Number one. There's an awesome episode, like they hate these jackets, and there's an awesome episode where Guilfoyle borrows the jacket, and him and Dinesh go to a coffee shop, and yeah, it's pretty epic. So there you go, guys. There is the Silicon Valley Pops. Such a great day to be a collector, to have all five of these guys. I'll be honest, I would not be opposed to them releasing like a Big Head or a Jin Yang or Monica. I mean, I guess I would buy a Gavin Belson, but just to have them all. But I wouldn't mind seeing them do like a wave 2. I will say this is the back of the box right here. So you've got everybody. We'll do this since it's a little bit further back. Oops. Oh, they all fell. So there you go. We've got our Pop Silicon Valley figures. They are awesome. If you're a fan of the show, there you go. My buddy Madman used to rave about the show, which is one of the reasons why I started watching it. It comes on after Game of Thrones, so a lot of times what ended up happening was I would watch Game of Thrones and then like just leave the TV on and just keep watching Silicon Valley. So I think there's a lot of people that are like me that did it that way. But there you go, guys. The 5 pop figures from Silicon Valley. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. if you enjoy a good comedy, like honestly, this show is so good. Episodes are only half hour long. You can binge it and watch all 3 seasons right away. Probably in like a day. Like honestly, there's 28 episodes over 3 seasons. You could probably bang that out at least in a weekend. And season 4 is coming up soon. I don't know exactly when, but I can't wait for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see ya.